Hello, and today I'll be talking about my television adaptation to my short film At War with Yourself, which is about an old man around the age of 60 to 65 who occasionally suffers from an extreme case of PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, a disorder that affects an estimated 37% of veterans from World War. This causes him to have flashbacks that are almost lifelike, so he thinks within his mind that he's back in his past surrounded by war. My story takes place on the driveway as my character's wife encourages him about his upcoming job interview. He shows sadness as he expresses he's been to many now and he can't seem to land one. She reassures him and he drives away. As he's going down a thin country road, he gets distracted by a picture of his wife hanging from the car's interior mirror. This distraction then transitions to the sound of someone gasping for air. He turns his head to see a man sitting in the seat next to him in an army outfit gasping with scars covering the majority of the left side of his face. This causes the man to lose control of the wheel as he drives through a bush on the side of the road to reveal a field of war scenery. When he looks down, he sees his hands covered in blood. The photo of his wife on the mirror is now a picture of her as a 20-year-old, and he sees his former self in the interior mirror looking back at him. He stops the car to a halt, struggling to rip off the seatbelt, and stumbles out of the car. A sergeant hands him a gun and tells him to "Get to work, soldier." On edge, he circles shakingly in protection of himself. As he circles, he sees a rival in an enemy uniform holding a gun aiming to him. He appears alarmed and holds up his gun. As they both appear to hold guns aiming at one another, the sun begins to rise on the right side of them. This distracts the enemy, to which the man follows to look over to. After a matter of seconds, the man realizes he has let his guard down and clumsily puts the gun back up to re-aim. When he turns around, he finds himself in a field empty-handedly and sighs. He calls his wife to say, "It's happened again. I'm all right. I'm on my way back." He walks back to his car that is parked in the middle of a bush by a country lane. The scene fades to black. Next, I will be talking about my television commercial, which aims at the classic commercial character, the Cadbury's Bunny. The Cadbury's Bunny was a recognised television figure in the 1980s due to her seductiveness, poise, and soft caramel smooth tone voice. She even made it on the third sexiest animation list, behind famous cartoon characters Jessica Rabbit and Betty Boop. I decided to reintroduce her as it would give a nostalgic feel to my aim demographic of 40 to 60-year-olds, who are familiar with the original advertisements. This would create a word-of-mouth conversation piece as people would reminisce the character and it would create a buzz. I decided to create it around the Christmas time narrative. Although she is traditionally an Easter figure, Cadbury's doesn't really have a Christmas mascot, and it would perhaps persuade the audience to purchase Cadbury's as gifts. Many of her past advertisements went around the narrative of animals in distress, causing her to show up, make the animal fall in love with her due to her aesthetically pleasing looks, and she would give them a bar of Dairy Milk Cadbury's caramel, causing them to feel relaxed and distressed. I thought an elf would be a really good replacement for an animal, as Christmas is possibly the most stressful time of the year, particularly for Santa's little helpers as they scurry to get all the presents ready in time. This would also relate to the audience who understandably get stressed around Christmas time with the amount to do. If I could choose anyone to voice the rabbit, it would definitely be the original voice, which was the infamous actress Miriam Margolyes. Although she might sound a bit dated, it would bring back the magic touch to the audience and would be instantly recognisable. Although the character's original catchphrase was "Take it easy," I've decided to go with "That's Cadbury's for you." This shows the impact Cadbury's has and that it has a classical feeling. As the characters always express extreme enjoyment and happiness when consuming the product, "That's Cadbury's for you" is the perfect line to express that the product will fulfill you with joy, so the audience can be happy as an elf this Christmas.